Welcome to my channel. You're watching the All-Wright Fab. The channel is going to follow me around as I build various things. The first project that we're working on, obviously, is the 1958 Chevy Spartan. So this truck is going to be an interesting project. We're going to make it a quad cab and bring you along on the ride, and hopefully share some videos on how to go through this process. It's not going to be the same for every vehicle build, but the fundamentals are all there. So we'll take you along for the ride. Hopefully you enjoy the content, and please don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. That helps me out and will help me continue to make these videos. So enjoy the video. As for the 58, this originally started out as a 1958 Chevy, this is a Spartan, so this is part of the, I think they called it the Workhorse series. I'm probably misremembering that, but Chevy, they released a line with the Apache, which was the half-ton pickup. Most people are familiar with that. That began in 58 and carried through to 59. And then they had the midsize truck, or the heavy duty truck, which was the Viking. And then the Spartan was their top of the line heavy duty trucks. So like think flatbeds, dump trucks, that kind of thing. So this truck, you'll see in the background the front fenders being the unique feature of this. So the Chevy Apaches, where they had the fender itself maintained the same line throughout. So I can kind of show you this right now. So you can see on this fender the bump out that's created here. So on the original trucks, this line kind of carried on through here. So you didn't have the bump out on the front fender. Now, in some of the Viking models and the Spartan models, they received the bump out so that they could accommodate larger tires, right? Because they were running 40-inch tires on these trucks from the manufacturer. So that made this particular vehicle an ideal candidate for what I wanted to do with it. So the intent is, I'm going to take what you see here for the chassis is the 21 Chevy Colorado chassis. So essentially the frame and the suspension that's still in place right now. The suspension will get changed eventually. But I'm going to take this frame and I'm going to fit it to the 58 cab and front clip. And then take the secondary cab, which I have right here, and you can see is coming together in the made up. So that secondary cab is going to get fitted to the rear of the original cab, and it's gonna be transformed into a quad cab. So the goal is to have a quad cab Chevy Spartan 80 that is set up for off-roading. So bringing back to the main reason I prefer the bump out fenders. So the bump out fenders are going to give me more clearance so that I can have a lower ride height while running 40-inch tires, because I don't want this thing to be sky high. I just want it to be like a moderately lifted truck, right? So that's kind of what we're shooting for. But obviously I want the ground clearance that a 40-inch tire will provide. So that's the goal. So we're gonna run ORI suspension on this, front and rear. It'll have a flat deck bed on it. And essentially I'm gonna run a 2.8 LWN power plant with, I'm thinking probably a MV4500 transfer case. Transmission mated to a transfer case. So with that, there's obviously going to be some challenges, but essentially when this truck is done, the vision is for it to be a resto mod, and it will replace my 2016 Chevy Colorado when it finally gives up the ghost. So I've got this truck started in the process. You'll see some video clips of me kind of breaking the cabs down and getting them prepped to have the assembly happen. These cabs, a lot of the paneling is in pretty rough shape. So you can see, especially the side steps, I've had to remove a couple of sections here, and I'll obviously have to remove this whole section here to replace it. But what I want to do is I want to get the structure itself together, and then because I'm going to have to do a whole lot of modifications to the A-pillar, and the rest of the structure of the cab, obviously with adding the second cab. So I want to get that structure in place, and part of that is going to be it won't be a rated roll cage, but it will be like a DOM 1.5 roll cage that's built into this truck. So the inner panels will come out, the roll cage will go in behind the inner panels, and then the inner panels will get put back in. And the goal of that is just to make the truck a little bit more safe for what we're going to be doing with it. Yeah, so that's the plan, and I want to take you guys along on this journey just because it's an interesting project for me, and I've decided to try and share what I've been doing just in my garage in suburbia here. So for those of you who have a similar setup or in a similar situation, don't feel limited, because I can do it. Anyone can. What's up, YouTube? Sorry I'm a mess. So we got the cabs set up and the floor pans leveled onto the subframe. Now we're going to move on to the front clip, and we're going to get that squared away so that that'll sit level on the frame, and we'll work on mounts after that. Here's the front clip, and I'll walk you through the process. So I'm going to pick up on the existing body line that's right here. The whole front end is actually going to get cut down, so I'm going to compensate for that. this will be where I end up folding the steel, so I'll cut about a 1/2 inch below this line so that I have some material to fold under. And you can see my line is drifting a bit, so I'll kind of make that correction as I go here. I'm probably going to bring that up about 1/2 inch to here on both sides. That's kind of where the radius begins to bend, so that's kind of what I want to shoot for. And we're going to wrap that cut around the corners as well, which is going to solve a couple of problems for me. One, I got to put a bumper on this thing, and I want it close to flush with the bodywork on this. And it's also going to have a winch built into it, so I don't want to remove this housing here because it fits well, and I'll put the fairlead and the winch behind it. But I want to take the damage out because it's convenient, because I don't need it there, so I'll just remove it entirely. And this particular body line kind of fades into the side of the panels, so I'll do the same with my cuts and my fold here. It'll be a little bit trickier with this side, but I should be able to figure it out like that. And then I can arc that in. I'll mimic that on this side. Radius blocks, and those radiuses to match. I think I'll run an inch radius on this. Yeah. Gotta come forward about 2 inches, but I gotta cut some stuff. Make sure it stays flat. Oh. There we have it. Right where it needs to be. All right, thanks for watching today's video. This has been the first steps in getting this truck built into a quad cab. So what you're going to see next is some of the structure starting to come together, panels, that sort of thing. I'd like to get a video out every week, ideally. I think it's more realistic to get a video out every 2 weeks. So I'll try and stick to a 2-week timeline. So I'll be releasing videos every Saturday, or every other Saturday, excuse me. And you can follow along with the progress of this build. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch my formatting up a little bit to bring you in closer, and I'll do a little bit more explaining exactly what I'm doing as far as, especially once we get into the sheet metal. So you guys can learn how to measure and cut and form sheet metal panels for replacements, because we're going to be doing a lot of those from scratch. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and looking forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. Thanks for watching.